Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today being another day, we have a whole different topic to discuss, and today's topic is quite interesting. I'm actually looking forward to it because it really touches on the good side of women. So let's get down to business. I'm your host Penina Lauzi, and
I'm your co-host today, Henry Akelo.
yes, so today we are going to be talking about things women often don't get enough credit for in relationships and marriages. So, I would like to start with the emotional support and nurturing. Do you think women get enough credit for supporting emotionally and nurturing of the family?
First and foremost, I would want to start by indulging into the topic of today before I start explaining whatever the question you've asked me. Today we are looking into things that women don't get credit over. I don't know why women should get credit over certain things, but today we are going to look at the positive part of women in general. Which are things that we don't actually appreciate, or which are things that they don't feel 100% appreciated as much as they give their best, or which are these things that when they do, they will need an extra appreciation in a way. Is that what you guys mean?
Yes, not extra, but
Yes.
we just need to be acknowledged.
So there are certain things that you guys would want to be acknowledged.
Yes.
That this was so good, thank you so much. Or you want the society in general to appreciate, or your husband to appreciate, or your family to appreciate. Who are these people that you want to see appreciate you?
These are things that women do in the society, in the
Yeah.
families.
Yes.
So they should be appreciated in the society at large.
Yes.
Not just inside the house.
Yes.
Because on a later date, we're also going to be talking about things that men do that are not appreciated.
Which are so many.
Exactly, same for women.
Okay.
So we dive on the women today.
So today is the women. So what is your first point? Your first point that you mentioned? You mentioned
Emotional support and nurturing.
Okay. Now, when we talk about emotional support and nurturing, I want you to understand that women are actually the anchor in a family. When I talk about women being the anchor in a family, is they emotionally anchor the entire family. And women take a lot of emotional stress when it comes to running of a family. And sometimes I also believe, or I fail to understand, how women still manage to undergo all this stress as much as they try and give their best to the family. Because I know a number of women are outside here are actually going through a lot of emotional trauma, but still they hold the relationship and they hold the marriage intact. And this is one thing that I feel we as men or the society need to come and appreciate women and say, we appreciate whatever little you guys are doing, but emotionally holding or anchoring the relationship and the marriage, this is far much thing that women have a talent on as compared to men. Point number two, I would also say women also provide comfort during difficulties. And this also goes together under the emotional support. You realize that in any case there's a difficulty in a marriage or in a relationship, we look at women taking the bigger portion of it, women being at the center of it, and women will actually be relaxed as much as they're equally stressed like men. But their judgment is not based on rational decisions. Their judgment are based on a thorough thinking, a thorough look into the whole issue. And in most cases, women are always calm, as much as the situation can be, as much as difficult as it is. So I would say women need a bit of acknowledgement when it comes to how they provide this calmness during difficulties, and also how they handle difficult moments in a marriage. Number 3, managing their own emotions while supporting others. This is one thing that I really find very interesting with women. Women can actually have a very difficult situation within them, but they will manage that within them and also still attend to other people. And these other people would be their children, their husband, their families, but them themselves, they're having a lot on their baggage. So you find a woman so much emotionally stressed and other things, but still attend to another woman somewhere, still attend to her husband's needs somewhere, still attend to the children's needs somewhere. You can imagine how overwhelmed this woman is. This woman wakes up in the morning and have to deal with the entire family, who are all adults and having the emotional everywhere. But this woman still have to deal with these
And
people.
also when anybody in the family goes through a hard time,
Yes,
they dump it all on her,
that's what I'm saying.
forgetting
Yes.
that she has her own also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the role that a woman played in a relationship, and that is why I started by explaining that they are the anchor of everything in a marriage. All the emotional stress that comes in a marriage or in a relationship, women are actually the anchor of everything. And that is one thing that I salute every woman outside there for having gone all through this, and you still be able to hold your families together. Irrespective of what you go through, a woman will always open the door as they step outside, and they're so happy, the joy in them. Nobody will read what is actually happening in between in their houses. So thank you guys so much.
So the next thing that we need to talk about is mental load and household management.
When we come to mental load and household management, this is one thing that I would really want us to be a little bit cautious about. Because as much as we would think like women are so strong about this, but again, mental health is something that can affect anybody. As much as we also appreciate that women would always handle the mental load and also household management, we always say it is a responsibility of a woman to take care of the family. But are we looking at the mental aspect?
Is she getting the support she needs?
Is she getting the support? Yes. Or are we leaving everything unto a woman, in the sense that we don't even matter, or we don't even follow keenly and know how is their mental health? So under that, I will look into two areas. Area number 1, I will look at organizing family schedules and activities. You realize that women are always the organizers in a family. Your husband needs to go out very early in the morning for meetings. A woman will make sure that that guy is ready by that time or before that time.
Dressed,
the kids,
fed,
yes,
and
the kids has to go to school in the morning, and a woman has to wake up as early as 4 to make sure that by 5 the kids are done and they have gone to school. Then the woman finally prepare herself and go to work. My question would be, have we actually tried to look into what this woman is going through, their mental load at the end of the day, as much as they are the managers of our houses? Number 2, I'll look at, there are things that usually happen in the family that most men will lose calendars over. Something like remembering birthdays, anniversaries, and other important dates. I tell you, women, we don't usually remember these things. But I can tell you, women will know the next anniversary. They will know the birthday of the kids. And you will even be surprised when I told you, today, we are having a birthday of so-and-so, or next week we are having a birthday. And you don't have an idea over it. Actually, I hauna clue kwamba one of your son or one of your daughter is about to celebrate a birthday. So you see, the memory of women is something that we cannot compare to men. And this is something that women or the society need to appreciate about women.
Sure.
Yes. Number 3, balancing work, home, and personal life. Now, seriously, look at how women operate. Sometimes I look at women operate like a robot. Because I'm imagining how this young woman wakes up in the morning, want to balance his work, which is also so demanding, And from work, you also have to balance the home affairs, as we can say, this management, and also her personal life. When is this woman attending to her personal life? When do you usually guys attend to your personal life, if I may ask, in a serious relationship where you have like 3 or 4 kids? At what point do you guys attend to your personal life?
It has to be a schedule, because
Yes.
you have to plan everything accordingly. Because even you going to the salon is something that has to be planned. You cannot just wake up in the morning and say, today I'm going to the salon. You have to have it planned, know what you're going to do at what time, how long it will take, book an appointment at the salon, and know that when I get there, I'll be the one sitting on that chair, because I only have 2 hours, and out of those 2 hours, I have other things to take care of. So it's something very planned.
So women are usually working out of a planned system.
Yes.
There's nothing that we just wake up and go do. Because if you wake up in the morning and just walk to a salon, you're going to take another 3 hours there, which you didn't plan for.
And if you do that, it's going to be a chaos.
So it's going
Your
to
day
be,
is going to be chaotic.
It's going to ruin everything at home.
Yes, everything is going to be mixed up, and it's too much.
So you people always feel that we don't appreciate much, the community doesn't appreciate much as you guys try to balance all these things. At the end of the day, you guys are not well appreciated.
Yeah, most of the time you see someone doing all this, and then the people she's doing it for are still complaining. They still want more out of her. It's draining, because you're giving all you have and even more, but people are still asking for more. Then what's left? What
left
time do
for
you
you?
have for you?
Yes.
You need to have some time also for you to breathe and fill your
And also
own
do
cup
certain
before you
things.
fill in others.
So me, I understand, and I will also say we men, we need to find a way of trying to appreciate our women, also trying to have a communication with them on whatever little they're doing into our life, because I believe they're doing a lot. For me, from where I sit, I believe women are doing a lot, and we need to appreciate these small things and make them understand that how we are happy about them, how we adore them, how we love them, and how we appreciate the fact that they're able to hold the family together despite all these factors, all these things that we are mentioning here. So we go to number 3.
Yes, so the third one is about career sacrifices and contributions. Women sometimes put their careers on hold for the family.
Yes.
And also make some contributions in the family. So how do you feel that men and the society at large can appreciate that?
I want to start by appreciating women who at one point or the other sacrifice a lot. And I know women do sacrifice a lot. The first sacrifice that women give here is leaving their home to start a home somewhere, to start a home that they believe will work irrespective of something they don't understand. That is one biggest sacrifice. Sacrifice number 2 is even accepting to have a child, bring a child on board in this. And again, career-wise, you find a woman who is a career woman, balancing work, family is not an easy thing. I've seen women who've taken transfer to where their men are. I've seen women who've resigned to take care of a family. I've seen women who've stopped their work or postponed whatever the project they were having just to come back home and babysit the kids. I've seen women make tremendous judgment and tremendous decisions just to come and support a family. And I think I look at women in this aspect of how they can adapt and how they can be flexible in terms of how they value the family. I think women give it all as compared to men. When I say women give it all, I mean women, when they get into their marriage, they have exactly accepted everything and they are ready to give everything. And that is why a woman will get pregnant and after 6 months is even ready to go take a leave and stay home just to carry the baby for the rest of the months, deliver, and also again babysit for another 6 months. At this particular time, look at how this is weighing so much on her,
and
emotionally, psychologically, financially.
And also the career break can mean a lot to her, because when she's ready to go back to work, the market might have forgotten about her.
And
so she
also
has
have to
start
adjust
from down again.
So I think under that, taking career break or stepping back for family, that is one thing that I know women have done, and also support their partner's professional growth. Now this is where women have had a lot of challenges, and I believe being a man, I've seen women sacrifice their careers just to build our professions, and most of them have done it voluntarily without we paying them back for anything they have done, but they have put a lot of effort into what we do just to build us together. Because I think every woman is usually happy with the success of their men. But I don't know whether men, we are happy with the success of our women. Are we able to also build them? So I believe there are men outside there who still support, who still build their women, and who are also ready to sacrifice to their women as much as their women sacrifice. And for those women who've at one point or the other bailed their women, irrespective of what happened, I think one thing that you should be proud about is the fact that you gave it all. You did what you were supposed to do as a woman. The result of it is something that you can sit down and admire and say, I made this person who he is. Whether he reciprocates or he don't reciprocates over that, I think the credit you need to take is I built that person. And that is what matters at that particular time. But again, we men, we also need to start by appreciating that it's okay. Let me not forget where I come from. If it were not her, then I wouldn't be here today. So I think these are some of the things that can add a little bit of spices in our marriages, which can now hold us together, as compared to I have nothing to count over you, or I have nothing to count over my husband. Whatever I've done to where I am today is all because of me. So you see, when this kind of reasoning or such kind of an attitude comes in a marriage, is also bring a lot of pressure in a marriage. But if I would sit back and look at whatever contribution my wife or my girlfriend has done into my life, and I look at the contribution that I've done into her life, I would not be in a position to let this just wash out like that. It gives me a reason to keep loving this woman day and night. It gives me a reason to still want to be with this woman day and night. So I think we should start by sacrificing things to our partners, and also build a permanent relationship binding by certain things in our life. Number 3, I will look at contributing financially while handling other responsibilities. I know there are women out there who have financially contributed to the success of their men. And this is one thing that has hurt a number of women in the time when the relationship is not working. Some women have lost huge finances in the process of trying to build a relationship with their men, whether they contributed financially or they contributed emotionally, or whichever way. But women can sacrifice. Even if it comes to finances, women can sacrifice. And from where I sit, I would say, men, we need to start by appreciating. As much as we are creatures that believe in our own, like we want to be the dominant, we want to be the king, but we do accept support. When we do accept support, then I think it comes with acknowledgement. It comes with appreciation. It comes with the fact that who is this person who stepped in for me in my lowest moment? Who is this person that I run to when I'm sad? Who is this person that I have a shoulder to lean on when I'm sad? Remember, this person is offering this in the presence of, I want to build a home. I want to build a future. So when the future actually gets stable, why would someone come in again now and to start by forgetting about this party? So these are some of the things that I think women feel they're not being appreciated. They're not being given enough credit on.
Yeah.
And how they would want people to treat them equally back. Because they say, give back what you would want other people to give to you.
Yeah.
Because if you give positive vibes, why would people give you negative vibes at the end of the day?
It's draining.
It's going to drain you so much and strain you so much. So I think the best thing people can do is, can we be able to sit, have a conversation, but above all, appreciate one another. Those are my points.
True, I concur with that. So the next point that we need to go through is about childcare and upbringing. That is something else that we would like to hear the society and the men acknowledge us for.
I will start by appreciating the fact that child care and upbringing entirely is on a woman's shoulder. Whoever does the 80% is a woman. Because we get very minimal time with our kids. More so between the time of birth to around 2 years. But trust me, it is our women who takes 80% of what happens in that child's life. And this is one thing that I've realized we've not been able to appreciate well in our women. Because first, as a man, I'm trying to look at the time that I come back home and the time that my wife has spent with the kids the whole day. The moment I step home, I'll be able to get a short like 30 minutes of this baby's time. The joy that I was just home, blah, 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 blah. Then it takes like 20, 30 minutes. This kid is done with me. Goes back to the mother, and before I know, she's asleep. Breastfeeding comes with a lot of stress. Giving birth comes a lot with stress. Raising the baby from the time of birth to around 1 year is hell on its own. You can imagine the sleepless night this woman has to go through while a man is snoring next to her. I believe there's some men outside here who doesn't care. When they go to sleep, they go to sleep. Whether a kid will cry at night, how many times their women stand at night to take care of the infant, they don't care.
They even move rooms.
Actually, others move rooms. That is so weird. Why would someone do that? So you see now that is like a woman is 100% involved in the bringing up of this kid. Then now the society now are not appreciative, or even the husband is still judging this woman.
You're making noise. Your child is screaming in the middle of the night.
Oh my God. That's quite too much. Yeah, I think I do appreciate, because I've also been there before. I know what it takes to bring in an infant from the time of birth to about 1 year, how demanding, how difficult it is. And me personally, I do appreciate women over this. So that is something that actually people really need to appreciate. And the society needs to give credit on that. If women want credit and extra credit on that, I do give it a point. Then I'm going to look at it in terms of 3 options. Being primary caregiver, even while working full-time, that is one thing that women do. They are working full-time, that they are still giving their best to their kids. Irrespective, it is unconditional love. It is something that we can't imagine, we can't even compare to anything. So that one women do 100%. But do men do appreciate? Number 2, instilling values and discipline in our children. Of course, the first person who will pinch a child, or the first person who will lay their hands on their kids, are the women. In the presence of, I want this kid to grow up this way. I want a disciplined kid. I don't want a kid who's not going to respect. So the first disciplinarians in this life is the mothers. But how do we fathers come in? How do we come in? By appreciating the women. How does the society appreciate women? Or the society again judge the same women? So these are some of the things that they feel, no, we are not being given credit. We are not being given 100% credit like we are supposed to be given. Number 3 is navigating emotional and development milestones. Imagine all these emotions. It is women who navigate them. Whether you give birth to a disabled child, imagine bringing up a disabled child. Do you know how that is 10 times another load? Not even 10 times another load to a woman.
That is 24 hours.
That is 24-hour caregiving.
For as long as the child lives.
You know, that is something that I want to be so personal about it, because being in the medical industry, I've seen how women are on the receiving end. When we have a child in the family who is physically handicapped in a way, I can tell you, women are such an amazing people. They are amazing individuals, because they dedicate their life 100% to those kids. Sometimes I go through the social media, I see these beautiful women with kids who are having disabilities in a way. Others have come out clear and have appreciated their kids. Others are still hiding these kids in the house. But one thing I know, wherever they are, even when they're in the house or wherever they are, those women are 100% committed to raising those kids. And in fact, their love for those kids are 10 times as you can imagine. It is on another level. It touches them 100%. This is something that I do appreciate as a person because I've seen it in the medical aspect. I've seen them bring those women, those kids in, how they are attached to those kids. Sometimes you even imagine, is this woman a single parent? But the man is somewhere. But this woman will stop work, go bring these kids to the clinics. They are 100% involved as compared to the men. Do we know even the financial stress they go through? Do we even know the emotional trauma they go through? Do we even know the psychological torture they go through when they see their kids in that kind of a state? So it is something that is a bit emotional, but at the end of the day, me personally, I would say women are amazing people when it comes to handling that. They are absolutely an amazing people. So that point, I will tell men outside there, if you have a family, if you have a kid, if you have any relative, please let us stand with them. Let us be there for them, irrespective of how we feel about our families. Let us be there for them.
Thank you. You spoke really nice about the women today. I like it.
It's something that I feel the society needs to relook into, so that I think this is the bottom of all the troubles we have. We've not been able to appreciate certain things that women do, which are very key.
And
very
also
crucial.
in the nurturing part, I
Yes.
feel like men should also realize that they are also products of women.
Of course, we know that.
So everything when you start pointing fingers and always judging and always criticizing, then you need to know that you also came from there. Like, give credit, give grace, because as much as they are there trying to give their best, nobody is perfect. At some point, they're going to fall short. So grace is also needed.
So people should not be judgmental in whatever situation we find ourselves, but we need to respect women and appreciate them.
Yes.
Okay.
So the fifth point that I would like us to discuss today is about unconditional love and forgiveness that the women offer to their families and to their loved ones. Is this something that's seen and appreciated, or is it always taken for granted?
I think it is something that has always been appreciated, but in some level, it has also not been appreciated. I think we need to be honest while having this conversation. The first thing that I would start by is, are we appreciating our women enough for the unconditional love they give to the family, for the unconditional love they spread along throughout? Imagine the world we would be living today if we would be doing these 5 factors that we've mentioned here to our women. Just put yourself and imagine that world we will be living today when we start by appreciating things that women do into our life. And one of the key things is love. You know, love is the unifying factor in everything that happens, even in this country today. If we would stand one day and say we just want to show love to everyone, there would be no conflict.
We wouldn't even have the riots that just
there
happened.
will be nothing like that.
Women.
Yes.
Nothing like
there
that
will be
would
nobody
happen.
killing anybody. It will be love, and that will be a beautiful scenario that I wish one day people just say today is a love day. We want to experience love today throughout. So if that would be the case, wow, we would be having a beautiful country throughout. So this is one thing that I've realized that people don't have. So if we can have that, wow, this could be a beautiful. But women offering an understanding and forgiveness in a conflict is something that is also way much better, because women will do that. Even when there is conflict, women will always be remorseful and say it's okay. Some of them have taken blame where they didn't do any mistake for the sake of the family to thrive.
And some would even forgive things that others will wonder, how did you forgive that?
Exactly.
But they just gave the pardon.
And they take responsibility. They have taken responsibility in things that they didn't do. just for peace to prevail in that house. So that is something that is so amazing. And also staying committed through tough times. You know, tough times are the times that you need to understand the kind of people you have around you. My friend, be in a difficult situation, you will understand people who will be your friend. Now you can imagine a woman having a tough time in a family that she's not appreciated. This is going to be so damaging and so demanding
for
a
her. Woman expected to stand by a man who does not appreciate her, and the man is going through a very difficult time, so he cannot provide or give her all the needs she needs, but he still expects for her to be there for him, but he is not even appreciating her presence
and
there.
People expect they go outside there and play a good PR, how they are having a wonderful family and everything is just okay. And this woman will definitely do that because they want to hold their family together. It's one big thing that we need to appreciate. Lastly, supporting personal growth and transformation in their partners. We have discussed this before, and women will do that unconditionally because of love, because of forgiveness. They will definitely do that. We fall short of so many mistakes as men, but I've seen women outside there who will not even want to talk about those mistakes. They will still want to hold their families together. They will never go outside there and discuss these things with their fellow women. They will hold them up together. I've seen women give out their peace, their inner peace, just to sacrifice and to make sure that I cover my man. My man is someone I give the best to. So as much as he's being hurt inside, but he portrays this man to be the king outside there. You can imagine. So these are an extraordinary creatures that I just don't understand how women are still able to do all this at the same time, stay in the same society that judge them so much.
It's a superpower.
So we were going to discuss the 5 factors today, which we've definitely listed there. We started by number 1. We discussed the emotional support and nurturing that women do give, which we do appreciate. Number 2, we talked about mental load and household management, which is a core responsibility to our women, and they've never felt short of it. They've always done the best out of it, and we do appreciate. We've also discussed number 3, care sacrifices and contribution, which is key, as we've discussed. Number 4, we talk of child care and upbringing. And number 5, we've talked about unconditional love and forgiveness. So these are things that we do believe, or these are things that women feel they have not been given credit over as much as they do and they commit themselves. So if I may ask you a question, how do you want you people, women, be given credit over these things?
We honestly just want recognition. When you uplift someone, when you take care of someone's emotional aspects, it's a lot. Because as much as you're taking care of others, you also have your own issues. So it's important for there to be a balance, know when to help. When it comes to child bringing, it starts with a woman from the moment she conceives.
Yes.
So from conception all the way to adulthood, a child does not stop being the mother's child just because they're grown. The mother will still carry the caregiving aspect with her. So acknowledge that, and as a husband, as a father, you need to also help in upbringing these kids. Give all the help you can. Yeah. So by being seen and being heard, women can actually do more than they do. You just need the little appreciation, and for people to recognize that they are really sacrificing to do what they are doing, and it's appreciated.
Okay. When was this? Was this Monday or Tuesday when we have a bit of rioting in Nairobi?
Yes.
When women were celebrating stop gender killing and everything.
Yeah.
I believe as a man today, I want to bring this out clear, that I think it is time we change the goalpost. I think it is time we start by appreciating women in our life. I think it's time we appreciate what women do in the society today. I think we need to appreciate the role of women in the society today, for us to have a peace in the country, for us to look at women differently. we need to start by looking at women differently. We are not supposed to being brutal. We are not supposed to start being so inhuman to women. I think it's taking an entire nation or an entire world or an entire country backward. A country that we cannot, because every woman is a mother nature to someone. And these are the people who brings a nation together. This is the people who build up a nation. It entirely depends on a woman. Now, we can start by spreading love, which I think is the key thing. Let us start by doing this in our house. Let us start by appreciating women right in the house before we go outside there and appreciate other people.
Yeah, because I believe it's hard for one to change the whole world.
Yeah.
But if we can try to make the changes in our homes,
Yes.
everybody changes something in their home.
Yes.
The collective effort will make the world a better place.
A better place. Thank you so much. I also do appreciate, I also agree on whatever the host has said today, that let us look at it in a different point. Can we have a week of love to every female person outside? Are we able to extend an appreciation to them? Are we able to just call and say, Mom, my sister, my cousin, my niece, wherever you are, I just appreciate you being a woman and whatever the role you are doing in the society today. I think that is how beautiful it would be. This is how beautiful people will feel loved, will feel like the presence of a woman is not something that should scare us men. It is something that should make us feel more relaxed, more comfortable, because they will nurture whatever little we go through. They will take our problem, they will take our sorrows, they will take the difficult moment. They will always be there for us, and they will always give us a shoulder to lean on. So I believe if we can start by identifying and seeing women in a different aspect, then the whole thing can change.
Yes. So the question comes back to you, viewers.
Yeah.
What steps are you willing to take, or should we take as a society, to make sure that we recognize women's contribution and appreciate them more fully, to make the world a better place for them and for us in general? Because the moment you empower a woman, you support a woman, you're creating a good environment to nurture and to grow as a society. You're not just empowering the woman, you're empowering the whole society.
Yeah.
So we'd also like to have your input on this topic in the comment section. And if you have any questions or any contributions, let us know about them, and we might have more discussions about this in future.
Thank you so much. If to add on that, I would say we are trying to build up a situation where we are able to appreciate one another in the society. That is one. My focus, or our focus, goes so fast today on the women, and wherever they are today, I want personally say I do appreciate every woman outside there, because I know I was born and raised by a woman, and in fact a single mother who gave us all the best, and I do appreciate her to date, and I thank God she's still there. But I want to say this, that every single parent outside there, be it a mother, be it a father, I think you're giving the best to your kids, and that is what we've discussed by saying unconditional love. Because women outside there are struggling with their kids irrespective of where their husbands are or where their fathers are, but they commit to it. And that committing is what we call the unconditional love that you guys are giving. I think there's a reward for every beautiful thing someone do somewhere. And I think this is why most of the women have been so much blessed in the society today. So I take it down to the men, I take it down to the society, and I put it this way. I think it's time that we change, and I think it is time we start by appreciating our women and everything that they do into our life to bring a conducive environment for every woman, so that at the end of the day we spread love and we also make them feel that we are valued in the society. That is my take. Subscribe to our channel and give us your view. Just do make a comment, we'll be able to follow up, and next time we'll be able to read when we are continuing the second episode of this. Thank you so much. I was your co-host Henry,
and I'm your host Penina Lauzi. Much love and light.
Thank you so much. Till we have the next discussion. Cheers.
Bye.